about to get no realer than this. Tonight is my man.
Where y'all from, baby? Where y'all from?
Where all the Libras at? Libras, where you at, Libras? Where you at? All right, that's him. He's here. He's here.
Come on.
We ain't playing. No games. Ladies and gentlemen, hip hop. Oh, come on, don't do that. You better not.
Yo.
Is that my? Is that? Oh, I gotta see this here now. What's up? I was about to ask for. What's up? You all right?
Yeah, he in here with me.
Oh my God, you got the matching mask with the shirt. Woo!
No, you didn't. Mike Epps ain't send you the text?
Nah.
He said dress attire required.
Hey, look, I'm saying, I've never seen nobody with the matching shirt and the mask. This is my first time. I'm just blown away.
Nah, Mike Epps said dress attire. My bad. I was just trying to follow suit.
Hey, look, come on, man. Come on. You know, Mike was on, he was on last week and he wasn't dressed. He wasn't dressed like that. So come on, stop.
That's what he said to my phone.
Yeah. Yo, so, hey, but look, what's up with my man? You all right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just a little bored. We was upstairs playing cards, and then he was playing some Simon Says, but now he's trying to find something to get into before bedtime.
Okay. So we can get you into something now. We can get you into something. You got any skills for me yet? You got any skills? Any?
Yeah, I mean, I got a little bit, but...
Could I get something? Can Uncle Dougie get something? A little bit?
Go ahead.
That ain't bad, baby. Ooh. Hold on. You gotta end it though. You gotta end it the right way. You gotta give me like a, you know what I'm saying? Something. Put something at the end though. Come on, one more time.
All right.
There you go. Always remember, lesson number 1, always start strong and end strong. You remember, all right?
All right.
You heard it from the professional.
Hey, look, and let me tell you something. Since we in the beatboxing, right? I got a couple of songs that I did with beatboxing. Let me see if I got one here for you. Let me see if I can. Let me see. I'm gonna keep watching this. I got so many. See, the beatboxing thing, people don't know how serious it is. See, your skills is getting better. I remember the last time I seen you. And you did a little something in the car, but now you're on another level now. See what I'm saying? You got to keep rolling, keep practicing. Now this ain't beatboxing, so no, I ain't going to play that. You ain't going to watch. Let me show you. You know how to make reggae beats? Reggae beats? All right, let me show you that. See what I'm saying? It's just really like it's like, then you're speeding it up. See what I'm saying? It's kind of nice. You're mixing them up. You're doing hip hop, do a little reggae, do a little R&B. You know what I mean?
If you would have did one of the Afro beats, like he would have probably caught on easier.
Well, this is Afrobeat a little bit. This is
Yeah.
See, but under the Afrobeat is the dancehall beat. You see what I mean? It's the same thing. But you know what? I'm not gonna bore you with that because I can see this is becoming a little too complicated at the moment. But maybe I got something else you may know. I got another beat here that might be familiar to you because you know you got a lot of, you know, you're with your pops there, and he is a guy that deals with a lot of beats. But so let me see. I got beats for days. You know, I think I got another beatbox thing here, but let me show you. One quick minute, because I got two musical setups at the same time, because I knew your pops was coming on, and I said I wanted to make sure that he could hear a couple of different songs. So maybe you might know this one right here. I don't know. Watch this. You know that one?
Yeah.
I just want to make sure you know that one. This is one of my favorite of your pops, but it's another one he know I like. And only me and him know this one. When are you going to take this time?
I mean, I'm following suit. Mike Epps said, I'm following.
I'm gonna have to tell Mike Epps that he can't do this to me. He can't do this to me. I don't understand how he got away with this here, man. You know, this is too.
I thought Young, Gifted, and Black was your joint.
It is my joint, but I like what you was doing with this. You know, I like that. You know how we talk about the cadence, the da-da-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. You know what I mean? But Young, Gifted, and Black is my joint. So let's get into this for a quick minute. First of all, how's the family, brother? How's the family?
Man, we good, man. Everybody's good. I don't know. We talk. I don't know. We might ride out on Wednesday and whatnot. Find some type of family affair to get into. But we good. We good.
Yeah, the last time y'all was coming from where? Remember the last time we was talking in the car? Where were y'all at?
Where was we coming from?
Wine store.
You ain't gonna tell them all that.
This is gonna be crazy. I can see
Yeah.
where this is going. I see where this is going.
Yeah.
So now with everything going on, is he in school now, or how you felt about the whole school thing?
Well, he's doing, the virtual learning online. So it's like he do his thing with his teacher in the morning where they do attendance and all that, and then they give him the lessons, and he do it and then turn it in on the computer. I mean, I'm more comfortable there right now.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but the schools are open where you at though. They are open.
Nah, they open the end of this month.
Are they open? Are you gonna let him go, or
Now
what do you
Cypher.
think?
Now Cypher. He's not going back. Nah.
Right. I understand. Because obviously you definitely don't feel comfortable with the conditions of what's going on overall. Like, I mean, do you think this decision of opening schools right now, do you think that it's more of a money thing? What's your perspective on it? Because I mean, I know you're a deep thinker. So what's your outlook on this whole school thing? And you know what I mean? Like, what do you feel? Like, why do you feel like this is a money situation, or do you feel like this is just, they really concerned with the education?
I think that it's the type of thing where they're trying to figure out ways to open up the country. I mean, money-wise, I don't see how, but it's like, when you're trying to figure out ways to open up the country, and they're saying that, that this virus is not really affecting the youth as much as the elderly and sick people, But
Right.
I mean, it's like, if that's what you want to do with your child, then you go ahead and risk it. Mine's staying at home.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So friends of yours, you have friends with children as well. Do they feel the same way as you, or is it a mutual agreement, or is it just where you stand and your friends they see it completely different, or about the kids?
I have some friends that, feel the same way that I do, and I have some that, they can't wait till school open up. Because, I mean, the homeschooling thing is a task, too. Trying to keep your child focused and all that, that's a task and a half. But,
Right.
I mean, I don't think it's worth risking,
Right. I don't either. I don't think it is either. And so do you feel like now, since that you're home, do you feel like it's been better for you than being on the road, because you was on the road quite a bit? So do you feel like because you've been home, this has been like this have been a much more bonding situation? Because it looked like he is all over you, man. It looked like that's your man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
oh yeah, all day. That's my dude. But I mean, no, it's been great family time, and we've been, doing a lot of things together, a lot more stuff than we normally do. I mean, it's been great, And then, some days, we get on each other's nerves, but it's beautiful,
that's good.
Yeah.
Good. He looked like in the back, like,
yeah.
So,
Because
but
when I'm here, he got to eat all the vegetables. He got to all the vegetables got to be off the plate. And,
yeah. No, that's good, man. That's good. So the virtual concert that we just did, this is a whole new frontier that we breaking ground on, because nobody's really done what we did right here. So, I mean, and people are going to see us. I'm not trying to give them too much of what we talked about, because our conversations went in a lot of different directions. But do you feel like this is the new platform that we're going to have to perform on, like in this perspective? Because I'm hearing some people say that they're going to drive-ins and doing shows and stuff like that. Have you been doing any of those?
Nah, I think we're going to have one coming up, but I haven't done one yet. But I'm fine with that as well, because I'll pull one of your numbers. I'll wait outside in the car until it's time to go on stage. I don't have to go in the dressing room. I just wait till the showtime.
Well, I knew Corona was coming. That's why I did it a long time ago. I was already ready. I was already ready. Hey, but I'm saying, do you think that this way we're doing it now is the new platform? Is this the new platform, you think?
I mean, I think that, yeah. Yeah. Because, I mean, it's one of those things where people actually like, just looking at their phone. Even, you think a year ago at our concerts, how many people was actually really, really focused, paying attention to us? Everybody got their phones up recording.
Great point. Great point. Great point. Because they were doing it anyway.
Yeah.
They were doing it anyway. That's a deep point. See, that's what I'm saying. That's why I be asking you little things. You're very, how you do. You be sitting in the corner looking at every little thing. So, but you're right, because every show you go to, a person is like this, and they watching you through the phone. Like, It got to the point that Dave Chappelle used to say, yo, you got to put your phone in a plastic bag or something before you come into the place, because nobody was paying attention with their eyes anymore. Wow.
Yeah. That's pretty much where it is, with the majority of the crowd,
Right.
Yeah.
And speaking of brothers on the line, I just gotta hit that Wayne Brady is on here. I love Wayne Brady, man.
Yo, Wayne is a fool and a half, man. Yo, please tell me you saw the Little Richard thing on American Soul.
It was crazy. It was crazy. It was
real tears, man. Real tears.
Yo, I'm telling you, like, I don't even really think people know how seriously funny, all around talented Wayne Brady is, man. So I just want to acknowledge him. Me and Wayne, one time he was telling me he could freestyle, and I was like, yeah, I think he could freestyle probably, because, he grew up around hip hop, but I didn't know to the degree that he could freestyle. Did you ever see Wayne Brady freestyle?
I think on one of those shows he was joking around, if I'm correct. I don't know the Whose Line Is It or something. One of those joints. I can't remember. It's something I've seen him playing around. But let me explain something to you. After listening to his version of A Change Is Gonna Come, I don't put nothing past that dude.
Right.
I don't put nothing past that dude.
Right. there's certain people that just have this super talent. And I'm going to tell you, Wayne Brady is one of those guys that I put into a category where if you drop this dude into any situation, he's going to definitely compliment it no matter what it is, you know. And as a person, you know, I remember I had to come in there and I did a surprise birthday party for him up at Puff's joint at Justin's, and his mother was there, and I came in there and he was like so shocked because they wanted me to come in there and surprise him for his birthday. And from that day all the way till now, man, Wayne Brady has been like that one guy, man, that I mean, I just, outside of talent, he's just a good guy, man. You know, he's one of the guys, you know what I'm saying?
No,
He's
absolutely. 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 You know, absolutely. Multi-talented, good, humble human being, man, that I have a lot of respect for.
Beautiful, brother. Beautiful, brother. I mean, and just like with you, man, I mean, you know what I want to do with this is that I think that people, I just want to tap into this question here for a minute because I think it's important. You know, when people listen to you rhyme, and your son is, I love when your son there, man, because it reminds me of me with my sons. And I like him to hear it coming from somebody that he, you know, he gets, if he reads the comments or if he just sees the love that you get, because, you know, I personally think that there's different bloodlines in hip hop. And a lot of people don't understand the history and the connection of the bloodlines in hip hop. And your passion for the way that you rhyme and the skills that you put down. I mean, you could have went and made records and didn't care and stuff like that. I mean, you got caught up in the label drama like everybody else and stuff like that. And I even looked at the thing on your IG, which was the symphony. And I looked at that piece that you put up, which was beautiful. I never got to see that. You know what I mean? So when I seen it, I was looking at it. And not only do you show the passion for rhyming, but I want to know, like, where does that passion for not being mediocre come from? Because nobody in this game can ever say, pound for pound, period, that you are, hands down, lyrically, as well as a performer, one of the best that ever did this. You see what I'm saying? And I'm saying that, where do that come from?
Well, you know, I started off as a battle rapper. So it was always, you know, that competitive nature.
Right.
You know, starting off in the early 80s when I first started MCing, the first rhymes I wrote were battle rhymes.
Well, hold on. Explain to them what a battle rapper is, because I don't think people really understand the depth of that particular skill first.
Okay, like I wasn't one of the Park Jam dudes that got on the mic and asked the crowd to say ho and put your hands in the air. You know, that wasn't my thing.
Right.
I was going to different neighborhoods asking the best MC in their projects to come outside and battle me. And we go against each other, dissing each other. That's where I come from, you know?
Right.
So that's that competitive nature has always been there. And then, like, when I started, you know, studying old tapes of Muhammad Ali, I saw how he had them beat fighters before they even got in the ring. He was already in their head. So starting to understand that, where you can come and you can be in someone else's arena and make their fan base like you.
Right.
You know, stuff like that. Make someone uncomfortable even when they got the upper hand, you know?
Right.
And, you know, things of that nature.
So it's more psychological.
Yeah, absolutely. So,
but,
you know, that was
but
like,
there's a skill behind that, though. But it's like the psychological, because like Ali, you could psychologically get somebody, but there has to be a skill to back that up. So I'm saying that part of the skill now, you gave me one part of the answer. Where did that discipline to create, like, how did you get to that level at that skill? I mean, some people say it's a God-gifted talent, which probably that is true for you, but there has to be some kind of discipline, because I heard your new stuff and it's still the same. Like the quality of the rhymes still have not depreciated. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you, my brother. Thank you, man. Nah, I mean, you know, it's something that, you know, I've always taken serious, being able to come out and, entertain people. And then also when it came to the battle rapping, because you never knew how someone was going to come.
Right.
So seeing, their direction, okay, you want to be you want one of those serious rappers. You use a bunch of big words. Okay, I'm going to clown you. I'm going to clown you and crack jokes and make your friends laugh. You know what I'm saying? Or the other way around, you might be a funny rapper. And so therefore, I start using big words. But I don't just use a bunch of unnecessary big words. I use big words and then point out to your people that you don't know what the hell I'm talking about. You look stupid. You see what I'm saying? So it's a technique to it, And I mean, like, that's just something that I've always, and I just studying artists, like, because like how you was talking about on the bloodline. I'll break it down real quick.
Please.
I'm from that Grandmaster Caz bloodline.
Damn sure is.
You
damn sure is.
I'm from that Caz bloodline that did all the slick talking stuff and all the different styles. And, that's where I'm birthed from, and that's where Biggie and Jay-Z come from, You're from the DJ Hollywood bloodline.
Right. Right.
That birthed Busy B, that birthed you. And
right.
So on with the Little John's, Fat Man School, what I'm saying? You're from that party rocker bloodline, Just like Kumo D, he has a bloodline where he birthed Rakim, and Rakim birthed Nas,
right. Right.
Melly Mel, his bloodline, he birthed KRS-One and Chuck D. They birthed Tupac.
Right.
It's a bloodline. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. So based on that, you took it from the battle, then you went into records. But the transition, I watch MCs or battle rappers can't make the transition from the battle into making a record. How did you make that transition?
I would give Biz credit for that, because when I was writing songs for Biz, he always knew exactly what he wanted. Like, yo, I want to use the hook from the Wiz, but the flow, I want the flow to be like a zook, 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 and he was really teaching me how to write songs properly, stuff like that. Yo, talk about this. Yo, mention this. Yo, I don't care how you put it together, but somewhere in the rhyme, I need you to say, "Hey, Mom, what's for dinner? Go up your nose and pick a winner." So, yeah. So it's like, I learned a lot about writing songs from Biz.
Well, here's another thing that I think people don't know about you as well. So outside of you went from the transition of the battle rapper into becoming a guy that made songs, and certain people don't make that transition. Plus, on top of that, outside of that transition, with that part right there, you was also a writer. You was also one of the writers of songs for different artists and stuff like that. You wrote a song for me. You know what I'm saying? We never let it out, but I appreciate that you wrote it for me. Hey, look, and everybody don't write for me because just so that you know. So what made you become a writer in the game? Because people don't know this about you.
In all honesty,
Come on, baby, we going in tonight. You're talking to a Virgo. I'm getting ready to dig into it now.
Nah, but in all honesty, I actually was a writer before I was a battle MC.
Just like Kaz, because Kaz wrote most of the routines for the Cold Crush. Obviously, they contributed, but he was the writer, right?
Right, yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
Well, back in like 1980, I had turntables, so I was trying to be a DJ.
Oh, man.
And my cousin, Nicole.
Who was your favorite DJ?
Back then?
Yeah.
Master D.
Okay.
Yeah, rest in peace, DJ Lance.
Woo!
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
When Lance was calling himself Master D.
Yeah, I know Lance. Lance.
But yeah, I was trying to DJ, and my cousin Nicole, she was calling herself Nikki B, and I was writing her rhymes.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't even MCing yet. I was writing her rhymes. So I kind of started off as a writer,
Wow. And so then you went back into writing, and who did you write for, if you don't mind? I mean, it's an embarrassment because I'm explaining that, like, for me, I'm a different kind of artist. Like, I can write for someone else. I've written for other people. Plus, at the same time, I don't mind somebody writing for me. I think it's all about what makes it happen. Now, I asked you because I know you know me. We spent quite a bit of time together. You know
Yes, sir.
You know what I mean? So I know that you know how to get into the character of the person. Like, things that you've written are completely different than what you write for you. And that's a sign of a great writer. So who are some of the people that you wrote for or kind of lend your services to direct, meaning like you didn't have to write the whole thing, but you know, let's go in there for a second.
Well, I mean, you know, it's known that I've written for Biz Markie, for Roxanne Shante. I even wrote a song on one of Curtis Blow's albums. And then there's like several other artists that I did ghostwriting for.
Right.
Know?
Right. Yeah. And you want to keep it like that so that they don't.
Yeah, I follow the old code. When I say ghostwriting, I mean ghostwriting. That means you don't get to know. You know, a lot of people today say ghostwriting, and then they tell who the hell they wrote for.
Right, Casper, the friendly ghost. I get it. So now I remember back in the days you used to tell me about certain people that was coming and that had skills and stuff like that. And I remember a special night when you was the guy. You was that guy that brought Jay-Z to my house. Remember that night we hung out?
Yeah,
I got the picture, and a shout out to my brother, Professor Robert Crossan. Remember I took you over there to the
martial arts brother, right?
Yeah. He's serious business. He's still serious. I gotta let you see some of the stuff. So he, you know, and back then, and I had my sons with me. I had Slim and I had my son Trips, you know, and they was growing up. And I remember you brought him over, and I remember that night we was hanging out and stuff like that. And then you also told me about Source Money. Source Money, right. Now, Source Money, do you still stay in communication with him? Because he was a bad dude.
Oh, yeah. Nah, me and Source, we still talk. You know, we get on the phone and talk junk to each other all the time,
Yeah, so back then when Jay was with you and he was moving around with you, I seen the camaraderie, you know what I mean? And your relationship with him made my relationship become pretty strong with him as well. And I remember the day that he came to the house and he asked me to hear. And I think that you was outside or you was talking to my sons, kind of like the way that I'm talking to yours right now, to your son now. And you was out there playing with my sons because, you know, they love Uncle Kane. You know what I'm saying?
I love them, man.
And remember when, and at the house, we used to be at my other house, 541, over there on Manhattan Avenue. And we was outside. And that was the first day that Jay brought in the tape and he asked me, what do I think about Reasonable Doubt? That was the first day. And he was running around and you told me, you co-signed him before, because I knew Jazzo, but I didn't really know Jay like that. I knew of him, but I didn't have that kind of connect, but you connected us. And he and you said, yo, that's my man. And then after that, when he came and he played Reasonable Doubt and that album that night, I told him, I said, yo, this is crazy. But I'm saying so you being a guy who rhymed with so many different people, and I'm talking about people that people know and don't know. Jay may be familiar to a lot of people, but people cannot underestimate or even sneeze at the skill level of Source Money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, when you, like, what made you, like, you handpicked these dudes. What was it about that thing that made you just gravitate to these guys and put them up under your wing? Because I'm gonna keep it 100. You put a lot of these guys up under your wing. So I wanna ask you, what made you do that?
I mean, you know, I just felt like, you know, when I met Biz in '84, he said, yo, if you stick with me, I promise you I'm gonna get you a record deal. You don't. And he kept his word. So if I had the opportunity to try to turn some other brothers on, I wanted to do the same thing. You know, it's just that, I'm funny with my ear. So it's like, you know, I hear somebody, I'm like, yo, this dude is amazing. The world need to hear him. Because, you know, when I met Jay, I wasn't even supposed to link up with Jay.
Right.
I was supposed to do a mixtape with Jaz-O. And then
Jaz-O's skills is crazy.
Yeah. But after we finished the mixtape, they asked me about working with Jaz-O. And I was like, you know, honestly, I like that little light-skinned dude better, the little skinny light-skinned dude better. I'm like, can I work with him? And that's how me and Jay ended up connecting, you know? And then eventually Jay brought Sauce around. Right. And he's like, yo, my man rhymed too. And he spit some bars. And then Sauce just had this cocky, arrogant attitude that, you know, reminded me of myself when, you know, when I was out battle rapping. So that's how we just really, you know, meshed like that, you know?
Nah, that's beautiful, man. And that's beautiful that you gave them the opportunity. Do you feel that, did you feel somewhat obligated, or that you wanted to put somebody on like you got on because somebody put you in position, so you wanted to share that platform?
Absolutely.
Right. Because sometimes people don't want to put other people on. Sometimes people are afraid to put other people on. But you have a history to me of putting people on, and going back to the you know, the joint that I seen on your Instagram when you brought everybody out. It looked like that was a set where you brought everybody out and you shared your stage, you shared your platform. Is that something that you do because it's in your nature, or is it something that, I mean, is it going back to the biz thing? Because you have always been a selfless dude. I remember, you know, with you, Scoop and Scrap, and you always tried to put people on. I've seen you give people jobs and opportunities. I've seen a lot. So I'm just really, this conversation is to show people that behind the mask, you know what I'm saying, there is something a lot deeper than that. You know what I mean? And I want them to see what I got to see. So you putting people on, like when you had that show and you brought everybody out, and I seen Marley Marl open it up, you know what I'm saying? And I seen you, everybody stayed out on the stage through the whole set. I mean, like what makes you just do that? You know what I mean? I know you're saying because of biz, but biz thing is over. You know, you did it for so many people, but what makes you continue to still do that?
I mean, you know, I just feel like, you know, that's what, you know, what life is, you know, really all about. You know what I'm saying? You know, when you can actually give back and, you know, try to help someone achieve something, you know, as opposed to just being someone that's selfish, that's, you know, all about yourself, you know?
Right.
I think it's better when you can actually give back and help someone achieve something in life, or even just inspiration, you know? Even if it's just, like, you remember the first time me and you hung out?
Yeah. Tell them the story.
Like, that's a prime example of, you know, inspiration, because you came to one of my shows on the Lower East Side, Manhattan, and I'm like, oh, wow, Dougie Fresh is here. Wow. I'm amazed, you know, I mean, you know, like Dougie Fresh is at my show. Right. And I'm just starting off as a new artist. And you said, no, I'm gonna go watch it in the crowd. You go in the crowd, watch the show. I rock it, body the set, go back in the, you know, the back, and everybody's like, yo, you killed the Kane, you killed the Kane. You come back there, yo, well, why you didn't keep doing?
No, do it in the voice. Do it in the voice, though. Don't water it down. Do it in the voice.
You want me to do it?
Do it.
Okay. All right. You know, yeah, you were doing it. Like that one part that that one part that Yo,
I don't know nobody. Only you and Jesse are the only two people that I ever seen, that I ever seen do that voice. Hey, Will, you see his voice? You see his voice, Will?
Oh, my goodness, man.
Oh, shit. That's
you
crazy.
Know, but yeah, you know, you was telling me why did, you know, keep doing this part.
I take my glasses off after that one. Oh, hey, yo, y'all don't understand me. Y'all don't understand this relationship. I'm trying to tell you. Hey, yo, you have no idea how funny this guy is, yo. He's a battle rapper and all that, but you have no idea how funny he is.
No, but you know,
say the story.
No, but I mean, serious. You know, I mean, like you're telling me what I did wrong, and you're telling me, you're asking me why I didn't keep doing this when I had him right here, and you know, things of that nature. And you know, this is me. I'm just meeting you. So you know, I'm like, you know, oh, this hating ass motherfucker, man. You know. But then you said,
felt the same way about me too.
Yeah, you know, that's how I'm looking at it. But then you was like, yo, what you doing once you come by the crib? 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm at your crib, and you popping in videos of Michael Jackson, Pink Floyd, Earth, Wind, and Fire. And you're telling me, like, yo, you see them do this.
Even Bob Marley and Elton John. Remember that? Even those guys, because I was trying to show you how widespread this one thing can be. You know what I mean?
No,
ahead, finish what you're saying.
No, you broke it down. You were saying how, like, you know, artists of today, like they're learning from, you know, Run DMC, Flash and the Furious 5. They said, but you're taking stuff from these artists that ain't even in hip hop and introducing it to hip hop, stuff they never seen in hip hop before. And I'm like, So that next morning, I got up and went into the city and bought live performances of James Brown, Marvin Gaye, and Barry White, and started studying that stuff, you know, all based on what you broke down to me the night before.
I love it. And I'm gonna tell you, it paid off, boy, because when people talk about you doing your thing, the only thing that you ain't listening to me with, and I'm gonna keep drilling you, I swear, I'm gonna stress you out, that foam roller, because I seen your little funny response to the foam roller. But I'm telling you that foam roller, because it kind of like, it's damn near like a deep tissue massage, but on a skill level, to be honest with you, because as we get older, you know, the body has to keep in you know, like a wheel alignment, you know what I'm saying?
No,
but your ability of taking, and that's why you're a unique individual, because you took this piece of the battle rapping and then you went into making records, and then you made records in a structure and you made hits. There's a lot of battle rappers that can't make that transition. And then the other piece that you put with it is that you wrote for so many different people. And I know I don't even want to say who you wrote for, because you're a ghost. So I don't want to expose the ghost, right? But let's just say you wrote for those people that you said, but me and you know, you wrote for quite other few people. You even wrote for me. Then on top of that, you went back to the lab, and I remember one night we was in the house, and you had your hand behind your back, and I said, why you keep your hand behind your back? Why you keep doing that? Why you keep doing that? You said, what? That's where I keep my hand. I said, no. Why don't you try to move your hand from behind your back? And I'm gonna tell you, when I looked at this performance that you had online, and I watched how you came out at the end, and I watched how you commanded, I'm telling you real talk, bro. And I watched how you commanded the stage, and you gave everybody that they platform to do what they do. And I looked at how you got out there, you know, and one night you was looking lean, and I was looking at it, I was sitting up there going like this. This is my favorite Frankenstein of all. This is my favorite Frankenstein. I turned around, look, and I see you go down like this and come to one side, and then I see Marley come up and hug you. I said, B, I said, yeah, he's a full package there. And you know, you can't say that about a lot of people these days. And I don't know, you know, see, and I'm gonna tell you this too. See, I learned from Hollywood, Love Bug, Busy B, but I also learned from Kumo D, Grandmaster Kaz, and Melly Mel, and even Special K. who people don't acknowledge in the way that they should because of how great of a writer he is. And there's so many other artists that were great back then, that were great writers. Like, you know, Dada Rock was hot, Master Rob. I mean, I used to see the power of all of them, like Waterbed Cab, what his power was, the Fantastic, the Cold Crush. And I'm saying, like, when you look back at history and we talk about those guys there, who are the other people that you know was nice that didn't get the same level of acknowledgement, but you knew that they was nice? Like Sauce Money is nice. I'm saying it to the world because I heard it. You know what I'm saying? So who do you know from back then, from that whole lineage that you look at, that you was listening to going, this kid is crazy? You know what I'm saying? Who did you do? Not just from the Juice Crew. I'm talking about before.
Well, I mean, I think that from our era, the most underrated MC is Kool G Rap. You know, I think that Kool G Rap is the most underrated MC from our era because that's a lyrical beast, man. Right. You know, and one of my favorites, you know, from that era. But to name a few more, King's Son, man. King's Son was me.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
That kid Lati that was with Flavor Unit. He was beast, you know. I mean, they were there. There was some there. I mean, you know, to try to think of more, so many offhand. I mean, did you like Grand Verbalizer? Oh, Brother J. Yeah. I like Brother J too. Brother J was cool. His voice game was crazy, right? Yeah. He had a dope voice, definitely. Yeah, Brother J. But I mean, I like, you know, the X Clan. They whole vibe, man. You know. But yeah, definitely. Yeah, man. I mean, there's so many artists. Me and Modi was talking one day, and he said Globe. He mentioned Globe because when Soul Sonic Force made that record Planet Rock, and the style of the way that it was written, it was so unusual. You know what I mean? That a lot of people never really acknowledge, you know, the skill set of Globe. So, I mean, I'm just saying that because I just think that a lot of the different artists who are great at what they do need to be acknowledged. Sometimes, you know, like when you mentioned Lance, you know, Lance was great. Lance was is a masterful DJ, you know, and I always try my best to acknowledge the people that really don't get acknowledged because they're great at what they do, but sometimes because of publicity, they're not seen as well. Like you acknowledging Kool G Rap, absolutely, man, absolutely. Like one of the great. And look at Craig G when he did like the freestyling ability, the way he got off. I mean, Craig is amazing with that. Craig and Roxanne Shante, they're amazing with that freestyling. Like, you know, on the Def Jam tour in 1986. I was Shantae's DJ. Wow. I was Shantae's DJ. And there would be a segment where I would throw this instrumental on. And I come off stage and me and her go back and forth at each other about, you know, who can sex who the best. Right. I remember a routine like that. Yeah. Me and her be going back. But, you know, my rhymes is written. You know, she just go on the top of the head. Right. And it would be so funny because the worst thing that could happen is the crowd scream more for my rhyme. Because now I know she's going to personally attack me now. And, you know, and she going off the dome. I don't know what the hell she about to say, man. Yo, it used to be funny. Like, she would let me have it on some nights, man. yo, and she's a serious situation. I was on the phone with Cool V the other day, man, and I want to shout out Biz Markie. I want to shout out his wife, and I hope that Biz is better. I hope he's getting better. I hope that his health is improving because he is, you know, I think I told you the way me and Biz met. We met because I did a show out in Shirley, Long Island, and he was there, and he got on, and when he got on, it didn't go so right for him. And then I came over and I started talking to him, kind of like the way me and you talk, but a little bit different. And when I talked to him, but I did rock shit. You was just hating. Yeah, right. But go on. I was a straight hater. And Lovebug Starsky was on that show with me. Cold Crush was on that. Because, you know, I mean, look,
I mean, I go back to 81, but that's beside the point. That's beside the point. So, but anyway, he got on the show, and then after he started coming uptown to New York, and he started going over to Barry House, started going over to Will House. He would go to the store for my grandmother. I mean, he became part of the family. It was crazy. Like, my grandmother liked him, my mother liked him, my sisters like. I would come home. I swear to God, I come home. He'd be sitting there with my grandmother, and I'd be like,
"That's biz.
Who let you in?" She'd be like, "Yeah, he was over here. He went to the store for me. He came back and all that." And that's when he started hanging with me and he started learning the beatbox. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna need your son as soon as this pandemic is over. I need to have him with me a couple of days because when I bring him back, he gonna be ready. You know what I mean?
Not a problem.
I'm the Yoda. I'm the Yoda of this hip hop thing. So no, but tying this up, man. I think all of the people that's on this, I hope that y'all get a chance to see me and Kane and me and Rakim, me and KRS-One, my beautiful brother Greg Nice, and the man who told him to put his mask on, Mike Epps. You know what I mean? I hope y'all get to see this. I hope that y'all get to buy a ticket and check it out. This is a whole new platform. I mean, this is us together. We have these kind of conversations. We're doing a meet and greet room. We're doing performances. And that new brother that you got that dance with you, he's a serious situation. How did you get him involved? Because I like him a lot. I like his spirit.
Well, when I realized that I couldn't jump over nobody's head any goddamn more, I said, let me retire this and, you try to switch it up because we was trying to do the James Brown and the Famous Flames.
Right.
That's what Me School with Scrap was doing.
Right.
So I said, well, I can't do this no more. So let me switch it up and try to do the Morris Day Jerome thing.
Right.
So that's what we started really going for. And I called Crazy Legs and told him, I want to use a B-boy on stage. I want to break up, and he reached out to his man, and his man mentioned somebody, and Crazy Legs was like, yeah, the young dude to do all the flips, right? He's like, yeah, he'd be perfect. Him and Kane around the same height and everything. Yeah. And Legs put us together. Crazy Legs put us together.
Big respect to Crazy Legs once again, Hip Hop Foundation. I want to shout out Mary. I hope that you're doing well, Mary, because she got a little under the weather, and Christian. This is one of them things where it's real. All of y'all that want to get tickets is at hiphoplegends.com. I believe that's how it's written, right?
Yeah, hiphoplegends.com.
Yeah, and I really feel like, y'all should check this out because this is a fun thing. It's fun, and it's something that, y'all can't come to see us like you used to. So at this moment, while you can't come, this is something that, we're setting up just so that y'all can still enjoy yourselves and still hear the classics and still have a good time. And Kane, last question, man, because the clock is ticking down. But on the health side, to me, you've been looking like you've been taking care of yourself in a nice way. What are you doing now? Like, what is the? Because a lot of the people on here, I feel they need to. I be pumping it, and I've been pumping this since we were. Running around from party to party or just at the house. Health is wealth. And I think like now, my annoying conversation to so many is kind of like, now you see why in a way that we needed it. And it looked like you taking care of yourself very well. So what are you doing now?
Well, I'll be on the treadmill, and then I have a few different regimens. I'm Snagglepuss from the Bronx. No, seriously, Snagglepuss, he gave me a dope, regiment to work out to, and several other people. So, I got that stuff, and then just trying to eat right, me and my wife was just talking about it today, with like the whole cutting the carbs out and the starch and all that there, and just like seafood and vegetables, so just trying to eat right,
Yeah. So and at the same time, so do you find it hard to cut the carbs?
No, 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 no. Like when I do feel that need, I'll eat, like they have hearts of palm that's shaped like linguine.
Okay.
So if it's that serious, I resort to that.
No, that's good. That's good. So it's a collective effort. So do your son eat similar, or how does he eat?
I see my wife on here right now saying, "Yeah."
Thank you. Thank you. I'm gonna say thank you again.
Yeah, man. But I mean, my son, yeah, he's 7, so what the hell we give him, I mean, because he's 7. I'm not one of the new school parents where you get to pick what you eat,
Right.
he eat what we give him. But I mean, he's cool with it though. He likes broccoli. He loves peas. He likes greens, So I mean, he there's a lot of healthy stuff that he likes. I mean, don't get me wrong. He wants his pizza and his turkey hot dogs.
Right.
And he gonna fight for those.
Hey, look, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I mean, you gotta. It's about balance, right? Life is about balance and stuff like that. You can't just go extreme one way or the other.
Yeah.
Now, and to me, man, I'm just saying this to say, like, to all of the artists that are out there, when I'm looking at you and I seen you on that set, I feel like, it looked like you take, you're doing a lot to take care of yourself. When I came over, you made me a nice salmon that time, and I thought that I appreciate that. I owe you one.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
and it was couscous, right? And couscous, did you make? You made couscous. Quinoa. All right. Okay. Yeah. And let me tell you, man, I just think that health is wealth, and you get wealth from your health. A lot of people obviously feel like the financial thing is important, but over the years, as you've been doing this, do you feel honestly like your health? I mean, do you put that as one of the number one things, or how does it line up for you in your life now at this point?
I mean, absolutely. I mean, you can sit there and try to make as much money as you want to, but what you gonna do with it if you're in a pine box,
Right.
or a metal box, what you gonna do with it? So I mean, I mean, health is very, very important. You have to take care of yourself,
Right.
Especially as you get older, because your body is changing, so you have to find time, to work out. You have to find, most importantly, to stretch.
Right. Because sometimes I wake up and if I don't stretch, I can tell, that if I stretch out, it makes a complete difference in your day. I don't know how many people on here, when you sleep, sometimes you may sleep on your arm, your neck may hurt because the pillow's not positioned right. Your leg may hurt. The other day, I'm gonna keep it 100 on here, and then I caught a cramp in my foot because I was running, and I ran to the point that I think I dehydrated myself. Like I basically ran where I lost. After I got off, I was running, and after I got off the treadmill, I lost probably like 6 or 7 pounds, and it was the craziest thing in the world because I was sweating. And then I thought I could just drink the coconut water and I'm good. Man, I laid down. I hit that coconut water in the middle of the night. Yo, I caught a cramp that was so crazy, bro. Yo, I'm talking about, I was in a deep sleep. I popped up out the sleep, jumped up, and I damn near was about to do the running, man.
Gotta take that off.
Yo, I don't know if any of y'all ever caught a cramp before. In your leg, in your foot. This was in my foot. And I was saying, this is crazy. So I just think that keeping yourself hydrated, stretching, eating right, it gives you a little bit more longevity, man. Longevity. And one last thing. We got to shout out MC Light. I heard it's her birthday.
Man. Baby sis, I love Light to death, man. That's my heart, man. Much love. That's my little homegirl right there.
I mean, Light is one of the most sweetest. I mean, her personality is just like, ever since she was small, like I say small because I see everybody, but ever since she was younger, she's just always been a beautiful person. And you did a song with her too. And how was that? How did that go? How you felt about doing that? Because you don't do songs with everybody, but with Light, you and Light is kind of special.
Well, I mean, I've always been a fan of Lights. You know, I mean, I've always had so much respect for her music, and yeah, we did like 3 songs, and they came out amazing. Yeah, they came out amazing. Yeah.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
beautiful. That's beautiful. Well, yo, brother, I appreciate your time. I appreciate you having your son there because you know I like him. That was like a nice little bonus for me. That was a nice bonus. You know, I appreciate everything that you do and all of your contributions to hip hop. And all of y'all on here, please give up some gunshots, some fire, some hearts, some whatever for my brother, my real brother. This is my real friend, real friend. I ain't something I can say, you know, so I don't say it so lightly because, you know, you got, sometimes you know when you just connect. This right here, this guy here, me and him connect like this all the time from day one. Yo, I love you, my brother, and I appreciate you, man.
Love you too, Big Fresh.
Hey, look, and hopefully we'll get to do it again. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely.
Yeah, man. And much love to everybody in the family. And I'll see you again soon, man. And hey, we got some work to do, right? We got some work.
Yeah, we do.
We're going to create some smoke.
Okay.
All right. Good.
All right, Get Fresh.
You take care, man. Much love to you and your family, brother. Appreciate you, man.
All right, my brother. Peace.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just want y'all to know that right there was a beautiful time because, you know, the hip hop community is a very deep community because, you know, all of us are close in a lot of different ways. You got Grand Wizard Theodore on here, unbelievable. I seen Van Silk, you know, I see so many people that I just love and respect. Van Silk played such a major role in my career. You got Chill Will on here, and we all learn from Grand Wizard Theodore. Whoever tell you they ain't learned from Grand Wizard Theodore is lying, okay? So we got people on this line here who need to be acknowledged and who deserve to be acknowledged. And I'm just glad that I am what I consider myself to be the bridge between one world and another world. And I'm gonna keep bringing these worlds together. You know, like Wayne Brady. Some of y'all didn't know how serious of a MC he is, and I give him that title, an MC, because his skills are extraordinary. And then, you know, this show that we're doing, which is the hiphoplegends.com, I want y'all to go get some tickets, check it out, bring your family around. DJ Malski, my beautiful brother, he's training me. He's training me right now. You know, I'm in his training class because, you know, as iron sharpen iron, men sharpen men. That's how we do. Some of us are so caught up in our ego that we can't acknowledge those that help us to become who we are. I'm not that guy. I love to give my brothers and my sisters credit for what they do because it could never be done alone. Never. No matter how much you think you're doing it alone, it's never done alone. So all of y'all home right now, please take the time out to check this thing out, hiphoplegends.com. It's going to be on from the 9th to the 25th, I believe. And it's a concert that you will never forget. You see KRS-One. And this is the part of the concert, and then I'll tie this up. The part of the concert that makes this thing so beautiful is that this conversation that you see I'm having with Kane, I had it with Rakim, I had it with KRS-One, I had it with Greg Nice, you know, I had it with, you know, just everyone that was on it. Me and Mike Epps had that conversation. So I just think that it's something that you know, you're going to learn more about the artist, that you just know the records, but you don't know everything that comes behind the artist, or what was the story? What motivated you? What made you do what you do? You know, it's very important to kind of see what makes people do what they do. We don't always know what make people do what they do. And Kane tonight gave you a little bit of a snapshot of some of the things that made him become one of the greatest MCs to ever live. And hands down, nobody could deny that. So hiphoplegends.com. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this. You know, Hey, Will, is Mo D on here? Because if he is, I'm going to get him. And I also want to acknowledge LA Sunshine. I want to acknowledge Special K, Original Treacherous 3, and all of the pioneers that are the foundation that I am humbly standing with and standing on, because they have held me up. You know, one of the things that made me create the beatbox and to become the fifth element in hip hop is that I was surrounded by a culture that made me say, you want to contribute and not just take from it. And, you know, and me wanting to contribute, you know, it made me say, you have to have just that will, that thought process of just saying, yo, I'm just going to do it. And I don't care how it lands, I'm going to do it. And I did it. And that is what hip hop is all about. Hip hop wasn't something that was, you know, a thought out thing. We kind of just did it, and it started to become what it is right now. So I'm just happy to be a part of this this foundation that have changed the whole planet. So all my brothers and sisters, next week I'm looking at trying to bring my brother Paxton Baker on here. He is a guy who I worked with on the Soul Train Awards, and he brought me in. I became an executive producer. We worked with a guy named Bart, who was the guy who was the producer, and he brought me in, and I learned things about these shows that you cannot learn in school. This was on hands training, and it all started because of Heavy D's passing. And I think you may want to tune in on this because it's a fascinating story, and Paxton Baker is a fascinating brother. So hopefully y'all got something from this. I appreciate you. I celebrate you. Big respect to all my Libras. Big respect. Thank you to all of y'all that tuned in. And I'll see you next week at Fresh Talk. And this is what we do. Your health is your wealth, and you get wealth from your health. And always